Similarly, proceedings of this Commission of Enquiry into local government councils and related matters agenda. Madam Chair, over to you.
In question prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rahim. Maliki yawmiddin iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب بالجنة الذي كنتم تؤدون نحن أولياءكم وفي الآخرة لكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون نزلا من غفور رحيم صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Souls to devour. Cover us on. Create clean hearts and renew the right spirits within us. Do not cast us away to locate us. Guide us through life's journey today and forevermore through Christ.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can face stand here and then face according to local government councils and related matters. Can you speak into the mic? See the way I'm holding the. In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English.
Quran, and then repeat after me. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Talinde.
You served as councillor
15 to 2018.
2018. Prior to that?
And at Gambia High School, Banjul. And then from 1999 to 2000, yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Of which?
That is the first statement dated 10. That is the first statement dated 10 September 2024.
Yes.
September 2024.
Yes.
Page 2. Page 2.
Where do you get this information? Where do you get this information?
I get the information from the. Okay, and then I get the information from the. Okay, and then again. Page 3.
Yes.
Before page 3.
Yes.
Before he was appointed by the board.
Yes.
He was appointed by the board.
Yes.
So he cannot be part of the people who identified the board. So he cannot be part of the people who identified the board.
So.
But on the budget is.
So.
But on the budget is 40 million. 40 million. The third paragraph where I have Gambia bed is it should be B winners. The first it should be B winners. The first sentence. Paragraph first yes, the first in a form of the information I
You're making reference to the MOU?
Yes.
The MOU that you have referred to in your statement?
Yeah. It's regarding 2002.
Yes.
Regarding about unqualified staffs.
Yes.
So evidence for the commission.
Which committee is that?
Finance committee.
Admit, and then after we had taken him by lunch break, he can go.
End of September 2024.
Of October 2024, are admitted to get 001.
as commercial places. Now, Paladin South.
Yeah.
Do you have a ward development committee?
Yes, of our meeting minutes, but there are some of the books that are correspondence that.
The Paladin South. The other one is for the sports committee. Is that correct? Okay, you can hold this one for now. If we need it, we will.
Committee.
The
Registration of the Ward Development Committee from the AG chambers and then the set,
yes.
and then the activity plan.
When we need it, we will request for it, right? Okay. Thank you for.
But there are certain events that happen in my office. Some of the record for 20. Have a confrontation and then the issue was reported to the police. So later on I was arrested and detained for 3 days. So, but it's more of like a political issue. My office also was attacked and a lot of.
This would be in 2018, August, you recall this? For this exercise that is said to have taken place. Yes.
Because some of my lab was stolen.
Did you report the issue of the stolen laptop to the police?
No, it was not reported. Honestly.
Why? Is there any reason? Very well. But what can you tell us about that exercise?
Okay, Savage Ward. Who come with some market receipts, tickets, and then the persons that are in the picture is one staff. Also, council he brought in these tickets, but they are with all the logos. And then again, a lot of rumors to our markets. There are a lot of frauds that are by our staffs. Local language, they call it run table.
Run table?
Yeah, under the table.
The average person?
Yeah, for example, 100,000 on the table, they will just take about 2,000, one area council. That was sold to a company or corporation. So even this missing bus, it is. And then we went for the exercise for 25 days. Provided again for another additional information regarding about the same issue. So the additional information was taken from me.
Why are you saying it was given to you for 4 minutes? The report.
Yes, 2018 and then more time.
No, Mr. Dasise, that would be very unfair for the. No, Mr. Dasise, that would be very unfair for the. Were you keeping the time to know it was 4 minutes?
No, actually.
Were you keeping the time to know it was 4 minutes?
No, actually, I don't keep the time.
So you see, this is the look through it. That may be. You signed that voucher, receiving
to my name.
Yeah.
It was not paid to my name.
It was paid to. Through it, you will see the report as well that we are talking about, and the names attached with respect to the attendance list that you have signed.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
May I please? And attached to the voucher is a General Council resolution. This is with the municipality or within should be signed by Karam.
The payment voucher dated the 9th of August 2018 with PV number PV18081, and the description is Mayor's Office Honorarium as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked.
Who was supervising this?
Yeah, I was part of it, and then Ansuma.
So I will just be very straightforward with you, so that we can have this conversation.
Yes.
The second you have,
Yes.
the second you have 3 individuals.
Yes.
Good. Do you want to?
Third or fourth general council, this resolution was passed. For all council, this resolution was passed. For us, 3,000 some hundreds a day. And then what I realized, the markets normally operate different hours in a day.
Yes. Yes.
Evening collection, sorry.
Yes.
We don't have much collectors, and then only maybe it depends on the market managers.
No,
Yeah,
there's nothing like maybe. You have conducted an activity.
yeah, we don't detect that, but the revenue was increased.
Aware of this?
Yes, I'm aware of such reports. Yeah, I do have. Yes, I'm aware of such reports. Yeah, I do have.
I'm sure have the picture standard admitted. Now the picture standard admitted. Now the exercise was in fact carried out. 6 days.
Yes, like I'm explaining. Collectors were selling the duplicates.
Yes.
I don't know whether collectors were selling the duplicates.
Yes.
I don't know whether you once have access to the market tickets, but if you check the market tickets, they do have a duplicate manager daily. Let them make sure all these duplicates are tendered to his office. And then actually, I cannot actually remember whether we were in team. At that time.
Did you divide the 26 into groups? You tell the commission. The 26 into groups? You tell the commission. Or where now you can counter that. By providing evidence.
We'll be monitoring all.
By providing evidence.
We'll be monitoring all the zones at the same time. That will be difficult for me.
Yes.
Yeah, because that will be difficult for me.
Yes.
Yeah, because even so seriousness at the general council, and then that was so seriousness at the general council, and then that was one of the reasons it would be disappointed.
Yes. Yeah. But then you did not
disappointed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then you did not. Yes. So the activity. Yes. So the activity was not monitored.
Yes.
It's a fact. So then to conduct this, it was not monitored.
Yes.
It's a fact. So then to conduct this exercise, you have no idea. You know about yourself, but you don't know about others.
No.
You know about yourself, but you don't know about others.
No. What we agreed. I actually lead council. I disagree.
Went to the went to the field, the market. You do not know, but you'll be disappointed if they did not go. Market. You do not know, but you'll be disappointed if they did not go. Did you say that? Did you say that? Because of that statement, you cannot verify whether they were in the. Because of that statement, you cannot verify whether they were in the doing the exercise or not. You cannot verify that.
Not signed
or not. You cannot verify that.
Not signed the attendance list.
God. This is Mr. Sise. Public funds. God. This is Mr. Sise. Public funds are not based on trust. Are not based on trust.
I agree.
The market, what they raise, the women in the market, what they raise, the women in the gardens. That 26 councillors or 25 or 24 would just be 26 councillors or 25 or 24 would just be honorable.
Otherwise, different from the general exercise, like the attendance list that some of them were having, they are and so on, so that at the end of the exercise, you can sign and then take it. I think all these attendance lists
did not take part even one day. Should they be paid?
No, should not be paid. So that's why there was one unique attendance list and then everyone signed. There was one unique attendance list and then everyone signed.
If there were attendance lists for different areas, how many areas? If there were attendance lists for different areas, how many areas did you do?
Directors are our technicians. Directors are our technicians.
They cancel.
So the time this request was made.
That is why it is uncomfortable, because you will now bear the burden of indicating that.
Yes, during this exercise, there are also complaining that the time they voted for us, they think issues of sanitation would be addressed in the market. Some of them. Actually, I cannot remember it. And then there are also sport check-ins.
This official.
Unless I check the general. Yes.
Why you have that answer?
How
many days?
Actually, I cannot ascertain the dates.
You don't know.
Yeah.
But you were the supervisor.
Yes.
The Lord Mayor who was present at the 25. This is it.
Recognize it, and then the request was the actual names.
It says being refunded for the payment of honorarium for the markets exercise as per into evidence as an exhibit.
Is Mayor's Office on this.
Okay, it is a right to request for the honorarium of 10,000 committed and therefore could not be paid. His honorarium cannot say he attended the 25 days.
Then why
but what I can remember, I requested this amount was 25 days or not, but I know.
And your evidence is you were acting in good faith.
Yes.
Even though you can't very impressed.
I think jury was called for an.
Let me show you the voucher as well.
Payment vouchers are to be retired. Everything must be completed in KMC. If any person who does not retire any payment voucher or impress, your name is check everything. You know, the cashier at that time to retire. So
there should be an impress ledger. In simple terms, there should be documents to show.
And then I think.
Let me have it admitted.
Cash impress for the payment of one finance committee expert for the training conducted to capacity.
Cost 20 bags of cement to support construction of kids' playground.
And then later on, KMC come with another initiative. There was a project through groundworks with area councils. Some of them never moved because my investigation, the vendor ground items there, some of them, in fact, they build within their stores. And then access to those areas to, normally when kids go there, they ask them a lot of money for them to pay. As I'm the elected councillor, let me just see how best to start. Space center called a former Standard Chartered Child Daycare Center is where just facilitate some of the items, not all of them, but some of the items that have already been removed, and then to transport them to the community center.
We apply to tender the for 6 12th November 2019 in evidence as an exhibit.
For 2019 with PV number PV190946. Kids playground as per letter attached, and the description is contribution to operation with in evidence, and it is marked as LGC slash KMC 007.
Ask the Commission, please. Now, 20 bags of cement.
Like I said to you, these items.
Where?
The items were fixed.
Fixed?
Yes. There are few items that we have been taken from the center and then they were fixed.
No, what I mean, so who purchased these items?
Yes, to fix it because at that time we already renovated the community center. And sands that were left. So because for example, if you are to only a cement. So sand must be part of it, a gravel too must be part of it. Items we are not part of the request, but we engage the service of a local mason who is in the community, because for me, I'm not those items.
We have another voucher for honorarium, $50,000. Let me show it to you. The description is being payment for honorarium revenue exercise. Recognize the voucher?
Yes, I recognize it.
The witness into evidence as an exhibit.
A payment voucher dated the 18th of March 2021, being payment for honor as per letter attached, and this payment voucher is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/KC/KMC/00. I'm told that it's 008 instead of.
As a Commission, please.
Thank you so much, late council. I think 2019 to 2020 I've been doing so many queries regarding about contracts too. So, but when it's been forwarded or the management, they hardly respond, or in fact, the issue hardly report. Director should report to the office of the mayor. So there are also complaints that he is not also submitting quotas. So these things where there is an whereby since the inception of the project, like I mentioned, and then they should serve as a treasury unit for revenue collections. And then in fact the tickets will be sold. Their WDC office, they serve as an agent for the council. Because the Mbali project have like a zone sort of. Monday is the zone they should cover, Tuesday up to Friday and Saturdays. So now people normally, that 2019, after the collection of these monies, the secretaries nearest Ajib Bank and then deposit.
Sorry, Mr. Sise.
Yes.
You said this is in 2019? This voucher was raised on the 18th of March 2021.
Yes. Like I was mentioning
How
here.
can this be for 2019 when this voucher was raised for payment in March?
Yeah, there are queries.
Yes.
This query was happening since 2019.
When did it actually come to your notice? Yes.
Some actions were taken, some actions were not. Because I can remember one of the ticket seller of London Corner.
So no, Mrs. Understand is this payment, was it pursuant to the queries that have been made in 2019?
It's through Revenue Committee. Revenue Committee 2021.
All right.
I don't know whether because of those kind of suppression of revenue, that's why Council created Revenue Committee, but I will try and then check my letter and then provide it for you. This, I think a month after the creation.
Is it just for suppression of revenue?
The Revenue Committee?
Yes. It is only for that?
No, the exercise was for that.
Only for that?
Yeah, it was for that and then we normally have contracts with different institutions, like some are financial institutions, some are also businesses that normally paid monthly.
Pay monthly?
Monthly. So, but there was less action was taken. So one secretary normally bring a false deposit slips. But no need for me to mention the word. Was taken to police. Later on, I think the family members end up being paying for the money. But the money was more than 100,000, if I can remember. Maybe that one is not to the view. Right now, I'm seated here.
No,
lot of people.
Mr.
Yes.
Sisi,
Yes.
you are totally wrong. Because that they should collect.
Yes.
And recall that the Mbalit is a project. Don't you think it is an issue when you have to service a loan with respect to this Mbalit project?
No.
Who was this person that was involved?
I cannot recall the person, but the person is. I can mention the name of the ward, yes.
Person?
Yes,
now write it down. You will provide that information.
Yes, so, but an action was taken against this person.
And for the records, because this is here contained in your documents. Now, the question I want to ask.
I was the chairperson.
So where is the report on this investigation that you are?
Ask them to give me a time to go and then check, and then presentation I mentioned here, I lose some of my materials.
Yes, but document. So
Yes.
they should be with the council. But nonetheless, we will give you time
Yes.
to check that you generated from this investigation.
Okay.
Council, you may proceed.
All right, thank you very much. Now, yes, so, okay, the witness, right.
Yes, Council.
Yes, you have and you have staff in that department, people that work. You have internal audit reports that are normally produced. Is there the need always to form committees to go in the name of discuss at council level, and then there will be money allocated for these projects when you can just make better of the report?
Okay, thank you so much for giving me another opportunity. Since we came as a councillors at KMC, because we never have a confirmed CEO. Yeah, that was Zena Martin. And then the current CEO, Paset Sise. Because the time we came, the CEO then and then the finance director were on a suspension. Later on, those that are serving as a CEO, they were all on an acting position. And then, in fact, for some of them for more than years, some of them more than 2 years, in fact, if I can remember. So, investigation panels, I can remember one Umar Jade and Salif Sise, Paco, one is Somden Jallo is Paco. I can remember. And then, yeah, and then another one is regarding our former IT manager, Ilimanka. There are so many investigations that we were doing. And then even at the dump sites too, there are some investigations too that I will provide you with those information. So it based on trust and confidence. Because auditors will come, they will produce their reports, management will respond, and then there will be a timeline. In fact, the timeline will come and then elapse. Like I mentioned earlier, I says we were unfortunate.
No, but implementation.
The CEO just started with you for about 6 years or 8 months. The guy who's supposed to be implementing certain activities, the guy left without proper handing over. Again, another new person.
Classify as the management.
The CEO is the head of the administration. Yeah, so we expect the CEOs to implement with the staff.
So what is your role as council?
For our role as a council, as a councillor, we have our oversight.
In council, and he or she is in charge of the administration. It's not true. If you share that ideology, it's not true. Significant powers. It's all spelled out. It's not secret. It's open secret. The idea that you will form committees and get paid, when it is finance, you as in council, you understand that? You have powers to form committees and get honorariums, and the finance directors. That statement is probably law for any council member would ever try to perpetuate. Because all these people are answerable to council. Is that not a fact? No, do you agree that the CEO is answerable to council?
Yes, the CEO is answerable to the council.
That's it.
For us, anything we write through the CEO, and then any staff who should appear in any disciplinary action, the CEO makes Local Government Act is designed,
Yes.
elected officials are treated like a toothless bulldogs.
No, that's not correct. Proper reading of the act or understanding.
Okay, can I come?
Yeah.
If our appointment and establishment for the transfer or for the sacking of a particular CEO,
Yes. Yes.
for them to implement,
Yes.
like the case of the director,
Yes.
it takes us more than 2 years
Yes.
before implemented. And then, in fact, even some staff, when we have issues with them, when we take it to this particular body,
Yes.
for them to help us to implement, they don't.
Let
Because,
me
because even
call-
in time, yes.
Maybe when the management comes, we can have that debate or that discussion. But I would urge you to go and read back again the act. Maybe this is not the time to discuss that statement. It is really false, extreme statement that any councillor or any member of council would, for now, you understand that. But when you form committees, honorariums, and you allocate these honorariums for yourselves, the management that you call management, they only implement. They only pay you. And they make the payment. Is that not the case?
Okay, like these honorariums, they are based, does not mean like we just acted blindly like that, no. At times, a particular activity or a particular staff, it will be forwarded to the office of the Lord Mayor.
Yes.
The Lord Mayor also it will be sent to the office of the clerk. The clerk will also forward it to that particular committee.
That we're giving this honorarium for this exercise. That resolution, can you?
Okay, unless if I go back to the council.
Signed copy.
Yes.
So please, you can have it down, write it down. Resolution, we would appreciate it. The other issue is with respect to the MOU that you were referring to. We will need the MOU. Do you have it? We need you to produce the MOU.
Okay.
If the finance committee, which you are the chair, have you been reviewing these audit reports and making?
Okay, I can remember there are series of audit reports both in our committee.
Yes.
And then I think like the time I came here early in the month, regarding about certain unqualified staff that were been flagged by the National Audit Office.
Yes.
So during response in all this audit report,
Yes.
because normally even when they come to the council, at the entrance meeting, I will be invited.
Yes.
And then at their exit meeting too, I will be invited.
Yes.
So I will normally do follow-ups with telling me that yes, when it is available, they will inform me. And then when they are responding, it has a managed report is been produced. So all the timeline that they normally mention on the audit report, due to unfrequent changes of our CEOs, our finance directors.
So will be appointed people to act. When Senator Martins was not there, there was someone acting, correct?
Yes.
Who was acting?
Based on the resolution.
So if you have an acting CEO, then the process goes on. Spends the CEO and the finance director.
The general counsel.
That's it. So you cannot take the risk if you take the decision. Is that not fair enough?
No, I don't think the people that are Service Commission and our
I'm not
line
talking
minister.
about whether people are fair to KM. We did not have a substantive CEO for a long period of time because of certain incidents or defense or an excuse or reason for not achieving certain things. Is that not correct?
Yes.
And I am saying the decision was taken by you, council. You understand that?
We acted on good faith.
No. If the decision is right, it was taken by you. If it was a wrong decision, it was taken.
It is a factual statement.
Yes, that's it. So, because I now come back and say, well, that's true, you did not perform well, KMC, because you did not have an active, substantive CEO at the time because of XYZ. That issue was called by council. So, the outcome or the repercussions cannot be adjudged. Yes. Probably last issue before we go on. I believe you mentioned that in your statement that there were allocations made for September 2024 statement, where you said regarding Carnival Municipal Market, the company for market expansion project. I can really remember council was trying to purchase a land at Fajipunda, the cost of 8 million. Can you please explain this?
Okay, thank you so much. Based on the way the Local Government Act is designed, since 2018, the time we came into council.
Yes, please increase your voice. Say please.
Emphasizing that we councils cannot be dependent on this $10 because have been taken away from them by the central government. So we try to invest in the projects. So we started with the Mbali project, though the Mbali project is not a profit and a making enterprise.
When you say it's not a profit-making enterprise, I think I've heard this once or twice.
The fee we're supposed to charge our residents, if we are to charge them, it will affect them.
It will affect them.
It will affect them.
Council in itself a profit-making institution?
No.
Good. So anything you do,
yes,
revenue,
yes,
generating institution.
yes.
So maybe we use that term.
Yes.
Before we are talking about, as if we were talking about a corporate body and a private company, that council in itself, I just want this to be clear,
yes,
is to generate revenue,
yes,
which has to plug back to the people.
yes.
But the word profit is not really good.
So what I'm trying to say, because like the time the project started, we want the project to sustain itself 100%. So, but later on, the actual amount that was become, it is a different scenario.
Why?
Because the amount, like the first initial concept of the project was to charge 20. We went for a research sort of, a survey sort of, and then asked the opinion of our electorates. Later on, most of them, they say that if the private donkey carts are $25, we don't expect you guys to charge us that. So that's the time the price of the bags reduced
down
to
$10 in the purchase of this thing.
Yes, it is right for us to start that. But that time too, we were on. So and that arrangement too, it went in a form of a PPP. So that's the time we started. Yeah, that's the time we started having issues.
What is a PPP?
It should have been a public community institution have a partnership with a private
with a private
yes company to fund a particular. Yes, like if you check the arrangement, it is in a form of a PPP.
Is it a PPP?
With the councils, with the wards, not the main council itself.
Yes.
So and then the trucks reasonable amount of security sort of. Whereby in case of I mean the guarantor for the amount that was being spent to purchase this truck is the trucks themselves. Okay. For example, if the trucks
would work and service.
Yes. Yes.
The servicing of the loan is one thing. The payment of the loan is another thing.
Yes.
So you've talked about the issue of guarantee. Are you telling the Commission turned around to be the guarantee for the that is what was obtained?
Yes.
All right, that is noted.
So later on, the time this truck were brought to the Gambia, in fact, it was not to the knowledge of the council, but it was on the social media. So we was forced to pay $13.1 million, and which we were not expecting, because if you check the waste management, or in fact waste collection, are the ones who should take part 100% in waste collection, or they are.
Yes. Show us, that is the act. Registrar, please refer us to the act.
General powers of the council or functions of the council. That is in
Section 48.
Yeah.
Yes, read us 48.
So, I mean, there is nothing that specifies clearly that councils government institutions.
Yes.
Subject to this provision of this area of jurisdiction, exercise all political and executive promote on a sound basis, have power to perform such functions are necessary to facilitate or conducive for instance.
Omitting words from the provision.
Okay, protect the constitution and terms. Has are necessary to facilitate or are conducive or
Yes.
and so implementation and
Okay. So now, what was
so
your
I mean,
evidence?
yeah, if you check all this, what is specified in this local government act here, waste management is not properly been about this waste management issue.
So
like
which,
you have
which institution is
you have the Ministry of Environment.
Yeah.
You have the as a waste management act under the purview of Ministry of Health.
So please note it down. Bring us the Waste Management Act. It is the Minister of Environment or the ministers that you are stating. To the,
okay.
You know, for this particular provision,
Yes.
You said it is not your. What is your understanding on the paragraph B when it says provide service feet?
Okay, if you check waste management or waste collection.
No, I'm asking you what is service?
Yes.
Okay. What is also your understanding of paragraph? What do you understand by that?
Community development and self-help. It can be in bringing like a project or doing a project.
What is your understanding of paragraph D?
Paragraph D, can you help me? If
it says have power to perform or incidental to the discharge of any of its functions.
Yes. Share function. If you check the Waste Management Act, it is stated clearly.
We will discuss what you are talking about.
Okay.
Now let me ask you.
So, okay, but Patrick asked me something. I want to conclude.
Yes, yes.
There are issues the government frustrated us. So later on, they say that the thing's supposed to go to the PPP unit under the Ministry of Finance. With a project of a market expansion project in a form of a PPP, there are several at the PPP level, at the Ministry of Finance, it was difficult. So out of those frustrations, to this board, to see how best to create employment for the... If
you
yes.
said you sought for legal advice, right?
Yes, there are...
Bring us the legal advice advising you as to how to go about...
Yeah, I will check whether...
Okay. Give us the details.
Okay.
Yes, Councillor.
Mr. Sisi.
Yes.
You made some statements again. I believe, or maybe as but to say...
No, I don't say that. What I say, it is not whether it is our responsibility for waste management or waste collection.
Now, for it is not your responsibility. For anyone to say it would be false and misleading. You understand that? To the general public?
No, I want these things to be clear.
Not you. For anyone to say that from compound owners?
Yes.
You license, or however you call it, sell tickets. And because of that, you don't feel you owe them any form of responsibility in collecting the waste that they pay.
Local Government Act
No.
is the guiding principle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will come. Do you feel that because of the money you collect from them?
If we have the capacity.
Trying to tell you, it's your responsibility. Let me just also guide through section 76 sub 1 of the Public and Environment and Health. It says subject to the national policy guidelines and regulations, and as the Secretary of State for the time being responsible for the administration of the Public Health Act, every council shall be responsible to, without limiting of subsection 1 of this section, for major health centers, dispensaries and primary health care, maternal and child health and services. C, and D, which touches on this subject matter for today, general hygiene and sanitation. Are you now informed? I'm quoting the Local Government Act 2002.
Okay.
So are you now informed?
Yes, are you talking
okay,
about?
we will not go into that. So I've already read. I have to read for everyone to hear. So you can go back and better advise yourself. Do you understand that? We will not do it. Yes.
Yes. Do you have the Local Government Act with you?
I don't.
Go to section, it's part of the annex. Local government.
You say
Annex 2.
You say section 2 what?
Part 2. Section 2. N 16N. Among the functions of local councils.
So cinemas and video halls.
No. What way? Schedule 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Among the functions of local government.
So sanitary service for the removal of disposal of refuse and effluents. So the refuse and the effluents, what I understand on effluents is the discharge of, and then if you check the NAWEC, that is the mandate of NAWEC.
It's a convenient point.
Welcome back. It's a continuation of your testimony for this Commission of Enquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. May I remind you that
Good afternoon, Mr. Sise.
Yes, afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, thank you very much. Justice, do you have access to the 2018 to 2023 budget?
It is not with me.
Okay, can you provide it if we ask that you? An audit committee?
Yes, then an account committee was set up.
Okay, later on the accounts committee, but it's one and the same function.
Yes.
And you also double ask, is it the chairman or a member of?
Education committee, Waste committee, yes, and then, yes, those are the
at council level, what would you say is?
Okay, normally, a letter normally addressed to the CEO, and then copy. That particular letter will be minuted to me as the chairman of the finance committee, and then how the activities should be done at the ward level, and then from there to the council level. So from their own staffs, who normally goes to the ward level and do participatory budgeting from participatory budgeting from the ward level, and then from there through the finance director with the support of the CEO to the respective departments for them to do budget submission with a timeline. So from there, we will call the respective head of departments for bilateral, and then again too, we will have an engagement with councillors too, for bilateral period of September from 2019 to date September every year. So again, the budget will be sent to the ministry for bilateral. Normally, the ministry will call us around at the ministry level, and then we have local government budget advisory committee. Normally, local government budget advisory committee, you have permanent secretary from the Ministry of Lands, and then GRA used to have a representative, and then area councils too. They identify 2 elected not happening from 2019 to date, and then 2 members of the civil society organization. That one too is not happening at that level. But
so, please proceed.
Yeah, but will be taken back to the council, and then for us to do that adjustment, and then it will our land ministry, that is Ministry of Lands, and then they will also write a letter to the council, informing council that we can go on with our budget for the respective year. Again, so that's how we do it.
So what role does the WDC, World Development Committee, play?
Normally go to our wards to engage the WDC. So, but when agency that is operating within that area, whether it is a police, civil, a person with disability, they will be represented, women's representative, and then business that are operating within your ward, too, they need to have a representative. And then they will be asking the WDC members, what do you want from your wards? So this is that particular year, and then later on, they will add maybe, for example, if they itemize about 5 or 6 projects, so the one that has been identified will be taken to the council.
Now, do you, these various wards, are they written to in relation to this process?
Normally, then KMC, I think is after 2019, we have much staff in our community development. Community development officers, service officers are also manning different roles. So these people, they are the one who used to be in contact platform, whereby the clerk will send it, just like it is called KMC councillors, and then it's where we normally get information. There used to be a letter.
There used to be a?
There used to be letter that clerk normally communicate.
In relation to section 9, approval of the budget says the ask may be directed by the financial manual. It goes for the draft estimate shall be displayed at the ward level for comments before submission.
Yes.
I will ask for the records.
Because even at the back, be written in a form of a flip chart, and this flip chart, when they are done, a copy will be taken to the council.
Display the draft estimate at the ward level, your ward, because there will be minutes of these meetings where you have discussed this.
I understand.
No, you can. You know why you can. Number one, even at being the chair of the
yes,
budget.
it's true that.
Let me just explain to you. And then at being a council, you have a participatory role in relation to how budgets are formed. That's why you are at council.
Yes.
And the process of having this budget has to reflect the will and the comments that the law is referring to. It must be submitted to council. That's what the law says. Now, is that?
Yes, what I can remember.
Not what you can remember. Whether it is done in this manner.
I think it is done in that manner.
You think?
Yes.
You're not sure?
Yeah, the reasons are time. This is the criteria of people that we want them to be present. And that's how they do it. Because for me too, I'm a chairman of a committee.
Yes.
Though remember that all their activities would be difficult. Would be
Yes.
difficult for me. But what you are given a copy of your items.
Do you have your comments? Do you version of the draft estimate?
Okay, if it is a draft estimate,
I'm trying to say.
no, you are talking about a draft estimate.
Yes. Yes.
So the draft estimate and then to do the participatory budgeting for your work plan are different.
The draft estimates shall be displayed at ward level for comments. You have a committee ward level for comments before submission to council. So your comments will be submitted to council.
So, okay, like...
Is that done in this manner?
I don't understand what you are talking about, but we forwarded to the council for inputting.
Yes.
After inputting, the draft will be produced, given to a person. To a councillor. Every councillor will have your own copy for about 2 weeks for you to discuss it with your people. From there, a general council will be...
What level to the budget, these comments sent to council?
No, it's not 100% been done.
I'm just trying to help you. If you say it's not 100%, for the 10 you have or the 20 you have, for any amount you have, if you say you have not done that, then we move on to other issues. Any questions related to the budget before I move on to other issues?
Yes. Mrs. Zizi.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a council development fund? What does it mean?
Okay, it's for even this then. There is a history in 2019 whereby
Finance and Audit Act has said to a council maintaining a council's development.
Okay.
Are you aware of that?
Yes, that fund is purely for should be purely be used for development.
Section 3 of the Finance and Audit Act of Council's Development Fund, into which all revenue generated by council charged by the council shall. That is the sort of fund I am asking you.
Okay.
And what you have expended that money. I am asking you, as being share of the revenue, have you been complying with this provision?
Though it was in 2020 or 2021, we started having a, yes.
This act was passed in 2018.
Yes.
Do you think what the provisions of the law is saying with respect to the funds of council?
Saying here, like we have different operational accounts. What at KMC?
Up to date, right?
Up to date, yes. I don't think that because quoting, they say that we're supposed to have like a such account with
the chair of the finance and revenue.
Yes.
Did you avert your mind to this provision question? And you have just answered it that it's not.
Yes.
It's not been done.
Yes. So
it's for us to put across to chair.
Yes.
Of these committees so that you can put in place to make sure that the council works in compliance with the law.
Thank you.
Is that over to council? Now, your wards are giving monies each year. From 2018 to 2023. Have you received cumulatively as allocation team?
No, it started in 2019. 2018,
you did not have any
in 2019, yes. Even that fund is not been But
we understand that the ward must have an account where this disbursement is.
yeah. It's supposed to be $200,000, but 2019, nothing was sent to any of the ward's account. Arrangement supposed to be every month.
Did you say in 2019 it was?
No, there was an amount allocated. So
no, I don't understand.
So an amount of 200 in 2019,
yes,
for light project but in a form of a roads, for people to identify the roads.
Months ago that it is the ward that this ward's account. So in this circumstance, are you telling us that this money was not
a project?
Now, let me refer you to your statement. September 2024. In 2019, the council allocated the amount of to respective contractors with implementation by the director.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to explain.
So what do you mean when you say council allocated this to the 19? It was an allocation, but disbursement was not done to your account.
Yes.
And they controlled the money,
yes,
through the development. Was it based on the ward's recommendation that these were expended on?
Yes, it was in a form of a general council, and then that time.
They identified,
yes,
the areas that they need you to expend money on. The decision in this.
So that ward with a WDC account.
Okay, that is understood. You did not give me cumulative amount you have received after 2019.
I think from 2018 to 20, my ward have been benefiting from the $200,000.
From what year to what year?
From 2020 to 2023.
2020 to 2023. So in 2020, what did you expend your money on?
Actually, the records are with the
and provide us with the records of what you have expended the 200,000 for 2020, 2022. You may proceed. Sorry, let me just ask. Mr. Sise, are you familiar with what is contained in the financial manual? I will give you mine, but let me just refer you. Okay. Let me refer you to section 5, payment and expenditure, and I refer you to operating or recurrent expenditure. What is contained in the financial manual? I'll be back to the council. It says operating or recurrent expenditure. The council's operation, staff salaries and wages, allowances to council members, transport and traveling allowance, maintenance of vehicles, equipment and generator, G, maintenance of buildings, H, maintenance of furniture, I, fuel and lubricants, J, minor work, any other expenditure. Is it contained there?
No, impress.
You said what?
Honorarium is not being mentioned there, neither petty cash or impress.
Thank you so much.
Today is in connection with the deletion of the monies in relation to rates. Do you recall this?
figures from our matrix system.
Yes. What can you tell us about that? Was there an investigation in relation to this issue?
Yes, there was. Yes, there was an investigation related to the issue.
Well, who did this investigation? Is it a committee that was formed?
Yeah, it was later sort of finance.
Yes.
At that time, he was acting as deputy director of finance.
Yes.
Like a form of a memo that was addressed to the office of the mayor, and then mayor for them to look into the matter.
So what was done by the finance and audit committee?
Yeah, so 2 days, if I can remember, and then the software development, if I can remember, and then he was engaged regarding. So at that time,
yes,
council, we know who deleted the system.
it was?
He said that for us at our own level,
Yes.
council,
Yes.
we already know who deleted the system. I said to him that no, if hadn't been we knows who deleted the system, you are the one who developed this software.
Yes.
So after our engagement with him, because if you develop a software, if any person like a code sort of,
Yes.
for you to have access to areas where your user right is not limited.
Yes.
Particular time, particular date, and then deleted this information. So again, the cashier's end is where the money was missing.
Yes.
And interrogation, we asked him, at your office, do you have like a man? He said that he's the only person with the key.
Yes.
So how comes this amount of money is missing at your end? And
Yes.
we don't appreciate it. Mr. Carr was, the IT manager too was invited, and then the IT manager also explained just a system manager,
Yes.
and then his user rights are limited. So during the investigation was once taken from the council for about a week or two.
Once taken from the council.
That deputy finance director at that time, I don't know. Yeah.
You have to know.
Yes.
If you don't know how
The council
Yes.
for a week or two. So the time the server was brought in, later on telling him that I want to log in. So that's the time the guy logged in. After the guy did something with his laptop, and then the guy left. After the guy leaving, for him the time investigation was not concluded. So what happened during that time? We just recommend move.
Yes.
So along the investigation too, the IT manager resigned. CEO at that time, that is Zena Martin Sonko.
Yes.
C2 was under suspension. So later we are invited at the National Assembly in several occasions regarding about this issue on it, because at the time I went there, and then the committee was trying to belittle me that I only invited the mayor and then the CEO or the finance director. That time too, I was also angry, and then I don't present my facts.
So where is the?
I think I have a photocopy of it.
Of the report?
Yes, that was addressed to the FPAC committee because the investigation was not concluded.
It was not concluded. Why?
Yes, because like I mentioned, we want the IT manager, because we suspect maybe he may have a user right to do the deletion. He at that time, and then so many issues also happened because he was having a director of admin, and then for us calling him directly, it may not tell well.
Let us please have. We applied to the Public Accounts Committee, National Assembly, March 13th, 2023. Of more than $200,000 is from the mattress.
A letter dated 2023, addressed to the chairman, report, I'm reading verbatim, report and appointment, investigate from the KMC matric system and missing 97,941.43 butus. This bit in evidence, and it is marked as LGC/.
But just to move, have confirmed that there was no report because the investigation was not concluded.
Yes.
Observation on the above is noted. Management have carried an investigation on the matter is available for inspection. So this was not true. There was a response. Yeah, you've told the commission you did the exercise.
Yes.
Good. Now, however, based on the system developer, it is only the system administrator who performs such transactions, and the former IT manager was the system administrator to the database. Now, when contacted during the investigation, any involvement in the act, despite having all the right to the system, but could not. He works for the system developer. He made his position known to council as to the information could have been deleted. He said that the cashier does the entries, generates receipts, but cannot delete. The access to delete any data information. That was very clear.
No, at that investigation.
Yes.
Yeah, the IT does not have rights to delete.
No, but the response of the management, which I believe is from from the committee, based on the information from the system developer, it is only the system administrator and the former IT manager was the system administrator to the database. This is the response from the management.
Not been involved?
Well,
yes.
Mr. It's very clear and in line with what council did not conclude the investigation. I'm supposed to be held accountable, to hold them accountable. Two people that had access that could be questioned in this, and that is the cashier who would be doing, and the IT manager who is in control of the server. Is that not the case?
Yeah, that is the truth. But
so you could have drawn your interview. So to say that we could not conclude, there is no investigation that could not be concluded.
You cannot just accuse someone that without an evidence.
No, no. Even with an audit trail, is who had the keys? Who was in charge? The same way we are holding you accountable as the chairman of the accounts. And it was a team, but you were the head.
Yeah, but at our own end, He denied that his user rights are
Of course, we have every single day here, witnesses come here.
No, I think...
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You were in a position to draw your conclusion. So why did you not have a conclusion and a report?
Because there was not an deleted.
Put it in your report.
Yes, and then two, within that.
In your report?
Yes, and then again, the people that we entrust for them to act about the transfer of that.
Put it in your report.
Yes, that one was been done, but later on, those two were.
Put it in your report and have a conclusion. You can conclude that XYZ should be held accountable, or you cannot. But you must have a report and you must have a conclusion. Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
your report can either indict, or you can state clearly that you can't confirm based on XYZ this set of facts. But you must have.
And at our own committee, because I was trying to check on the minutes, I cannot see the minutes.
Yes.
What we say is,
yes.
So later on, he paid about $43,000 or $45,000. He was left with done with the payment. We just see how best to redeploy him. Later on, a few weeks later,
yes,
because in fact the of apology, yes, and then he promised to pay the money back.
Yes, but these things should be, you should write these things down. Or the written communications that you will have to send to the council. And these are gaps that we seek to every single day you serve the public. So you agree with me that you could have written a report in this, I mean, you as in the committee.
Don't fail.
You failed to write a report. It could have been done,
no,
it was not done.
Maybe we failed to...
were generated. Internal audit inspections on ballot project. Have you exhibit LGC/BN on ballot project, for instance?
Yes, like I mentioned earlier in the morning.
For the period 1st January to 31st December 2021, auction sales at the date is the 4th of 29th of September 2022. You have this report, all these reports. Let me rephrase. The council, the committee, did they have access to this report?
Reports that we used to review,
yes.
But I don't know actually which year and which year, but like the report that we were acting project contracts and so on.
The reason why I'm asking is that there are so many reports. All of these are internal audit reports, which your committee should be the role of the accounts committee. One of the roles of the accounts committee or the finance and audit committee. You could not find any fraud. These reports have clearly outlined several fraudulent allegations.
2018.
Yes.
I don't think there was any account committee. It was only finance committee,
yes.
If I can remember.
Yes.
Later on, functioning for a while. Later on, I was incorporated into that committee.
Yes.
But we are not having meetings frequently like any other committees.
Yes.
Because normally, I normally have access to some of his information.
Yes.
But the time he left, to have access to most of this audit report like before.
Either the national audit or the internal audit.
Like, what the information I give is not correct. What an internal audit did an auditing, it will be addressed to the office of the mayor.
Yes.
And then the CEO, the management.
Yes.
They have their senior management and then other meetings. I'm not
yes.
part of it. Later on.
Yes.
But when they responded.
Yes.
I never presented at the General Council.
So you are saying, in essence, you wanted to do your job, but you were not furnished with the required information or tool to do your job.
Yes, because management response. The
Yes.
management will respond
Yes.
with a particular time frame.
I respect what you have said regarding the information. So your testimony is the or the mayor or both, correct?
Yes.
And normally they should forward this to you, just like the case of the deletion.
Yes.
That's what I mean. That it was forwarded to you.
Yes.
The committee forwarded to you.
Yes.
But the same procedure should have been taken for all these. Do you agree with that?
Yes. If management respond,
we call it as it is. If it is a spade, we call it a spade. The same procedure should have been taken because there are so many findings, so many inter-audit findings. All this, just bulky.
Yeah, but if there are responses and then the final
Forget
report.
the response. Accounts committee.
Yes.
One of your functions, right? It says, if you go to the local.
Can we be guided by the section?
But 24 says there shall be in each local government area.
Section what, please?
Section 24 sub 1. Each local government area, a local government accounts committee which shall comprise a representative of the area administrator or commissioner as the case may be, who has financial or accounting qualification to be appointed by the Secretary of State and appointed by the Council. Sub 2, the members of a local government accounts committee shall appoint a chairperson from among its members. 3, every meeting, 4 members of the local government accounts committee shall form a quorum. 5, the office of the chief executive shall be the secretariat of the local government. Now, sub 6 says, a local government accounts committee A shall examine the report and may, in relation to its functions, require the attendance of any councillor arising from the report. 7, that a local government accounts committee shall finance and the auditor general, and the list goes on. So it is along these lines that you are here. Why it is important that these matters that are being dealt with on a daily basis, that involves that everybody should know.
Yeah, can I come in?
No, let me land. Everybody should know is the importance that you primarily as a committee should have access.
But an information that is never been presented to you. Act.
I agree, 100%.
So, unfortunate to you, the time this account committee was formed,
yes.
They were not functioning. Later on, they invited me to be part of them. They were not report. But
yes.
since from 2019
yes.
to 2023,
yes.
January, auditor from KMC presenting audit report.
That's
at the
true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a very correct statement, and that's probably one of the reasons why I think or thereabout,
yes.
Well, he doesn't have capacity.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
But if you cannot, the most simple weekly or periodical findings, you think you'll have time for quarterly report? People will just use that as a cover, as a cover up. But this will be very unfair to the people that pay taxes every single. Very well. That's why I acted this way. But Mr. Tise had been doing his job in some occasions, and you never acted
earlier in the morning, like for us. Like we, the elected official, our hands are tied certain decision you will take at the council level, you take it to people for them to act. It is difficult for them to.
You see, when this commission started, one of you was sitting, had questions that were very uncomfortable, where we feel they did wrong. Told them. The procurement came and testified. So there will be no sacred cows. You can be assured of that. No, because nobody will be an exception. You understand that? And so that's very important. Let me refer you to. Okay. Go ahead with your comments.
Yes, currently, giving us a competent auditor.
Yes.
And then all what you mentioned here.
Yes.
I don't.
With that, and also not only must you have a competent auditor, you must have a willing administration.
Yes. Unless that willing administration, unless the same ministry and local government service commission support us.
You said here. Let me read to you. Let me give you the financial manual, and you turn to the section regarding the. Are you with me? Do you have it?
Yeah, you can read.
Turn to page 14. And where, dear council, are you there with me?
Yes.
Now we will address the issue. It says, the auditor is head of internal audit department. He shall be responsible to ensure that the procedures stipulated in the manual with respect to laws are properly authorized, promptly carried out, and punctually recorded, and to make a good.
Yes.
Yes. This internal auditor, for instance, we have the to the Lord Mayor's office sent to council. I will give it, but you will see how it is. It's on the first page. You'll see it.
It is from the headline is Carnegie Municipal Council.
Yes. On
inspection on ballot project.
On ballot project.
31st December 2021.
Yes. Where is it from? Internal department.
It is to the Lord Mayor.
Mr. Sisi,
yes.
You see, this is an open. You have the book. This is not my document. It's not the commission's document. It's a document authored by the internal auditor and the council.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Now it has met with, and then that's it. But the qualifications will tell. But Commission of Council, was this? Yes. These communications, are they not? It's supposed to be sent to your office.
So in fact, whether it will.
No, I am not asking that. When the mayor sits here, he will answer that.
Okay.
When let's just limit ourselves to factual issues.
Okay. I want to something. Normally, any report that reach to the office of the mayor or Dex, he normally.
Yes. That is not my question. My question is, council should forward internal your office. Is that not what you said?
Yes.
Yes, you said that in no uncertain terms. So
and then the issue should have been addressed.
You see, I am not of the internal audit report. So whosoever can say no, we never received this document, or yes, we have received it. But the text says, and you have read it. From no, I'm not in relation to Mbalit.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay.
Is that not that you should look into? These are things that you. The Local Government Finance and Audit Act and all the relevant laws as well. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
When it is submitted to council, you should have access to this.
Yes. So, like, I want to highlight something. Our decks.
Yes.
What we normally do, we advise whose names have been flagged by the report for suppression of revenue, for them to refund the council. And then this is not only valid, but other revenue lines.
Yes. You see, I am not saying access to and dealt with these reports.
Yes.
That is the fact. Because if you have, the most uncomfortable thing would be, I would have asked to this, but at least you've been honest to say, we don't have most of these reports. Now I have shown you why you should have this report and how you could have had these reports. Do you understand?
Yes.
And you agree with this?
No.
I believe genuinely that will for Mr. Cisse, we will definitely call him back for specific. Chair, I beg your pardon, other internal audit reports. Right. There is this payroll management for the period 1st January 2018 to 29th of February 2024.
There is one audit report that we reviewed last month.
Yes. Specific. Mr. Cisse, you have really been doing good in relation to your decorum, but I just want us to, let me show you this document, and this particular document was submitted to your office. Submitted to the finance or account committee.
No, formally it is not.
But you did not look into it.
We look into it. That's why we.
Not management. Formally, you were not as a committee.
No, formally we maybe the auditor.
Okay. Do you areas for these rates and licenses? These areas, have this been coming to your?
The rates.
Yes.
So you have some areas, you have some of them were former councillors. Yeah. Their names.
Yes.
Yeah. That normally came to council. That is it Bundum. For Sanyantu. It was a council. You have one Nurben.
Yes.
Is it Nurben? They also have payments.
Yes.
So, and then there is another lady I cannot but checking LPOs and so on, we find are not genuine, and so on. I think some of them, I learned that the husband was following the council till he passed away, but that was not during our time. And then key among his payment. Such matters were forwarded because I don't have that power to ask the CEO. By our former CEO in 2018.
Yes.
So the other payments because some say that it was not during our time and so on.
Yes.
So later on too, and even the market maybe the canteens. We find out that some canteens close and then under the market for them to be taken to the lancings. But later on we find director or acting finance director then. So, but we advise for all.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Reports of activities you have done or issues you have looked into from 2018?
Yes, I don't lost of my working tools.
Yes,
I will have produced a lot of information that the commission may need.
So they are
for that of the rates too, if you look at the matrix system, for example, if you come to the case of of liabilities of 36 or 34 million dollars for only Taline wards.
Yes.
So, but if I check the information that was presented, it's not that much proper organized. For example, what I believe, if they register a yard owner's property, like if they come to Taline, then they have their street names then.
Yes.
001, 002, up to the last number of that street.
Yes.
But if you check the matrix system, that is not a particular number, maybe 001, but you will find another property name in Ibo Town, 002. So, for us to get a proper data of these yard owners and employs their telephone numbers.
All right. Now, is just to give you a sample of the audit inspection report. Audit team to the office of the Lord Mayor. The CEO is copied. This one says the chairman finance from January to March 2021. Now I will give you, and you will see on this issue. So, for instance, on page 4, as it is written word for word, the audit has collected the invoice register from the license manager to verify ongoing issuing of invoices to the business owners. Below are the total invoices served by million. Is it 70? Yes, 70 million. 40,988,855.78 products, and the total outstanding amount is 29 million. I'll show you the report. The other issue is in relation to if you look at page 7, it says audit findings, daily tickets, total number of ticket books collected from all the markets for the period 1st January to 15th February 2021. It says total packet of tickets booked 300,000, total packets of tickets books sold 292, total amount of tickets sold $380,000. This is 2021. Do we know whether these tickets were eventually for you to find out? Your responsibility. The other one is the canteens. You have the total number of temporal canteens in all markets is 1,700. Total amount of temporal canteens 856. Now the total number of canteens in areas all markets is 1,000. Areas for all markets is $1,785,300. Recovered. It has to be recovered. You agree with that?
But I am 100% sure as far as they are featured in the audit report, and then I will also go back